How was Italy's empire born? The Italo-Turkish War, Italy's grab for an African empire. In 1911, Italy invaded the Ottoman provinces of Tripolitania and Cyrenaica, launching the Italo-Turkish War. Italy's victory allowed it to annex Libya, gaining its first African colony. But this war marked more than just imperial expansion. It revealed the decline of the Ottoman Empire and rising tensions among the great powers that would soon explode in World War I. Since unifying in the 19th century, Italy harboured colonial ambitions, envying the vast empires of Britain and France. But Italy arrived late to the imperial game. Most of Africa was already carved up among the other European powers. Libya presented Italy an enticing opportunity. The Ottoman provinces were poor, underdeveloped backwaters. Italian nationalists envisioned transforming Libya into a settler colony and stronghold in the Mediterranean. Tensions simmered over Libya for years before boiling over. Italy encroached on Ottoman Libya during the late August 10, 2023, establishing commercial interests and settlements. Italian designs on Libya were hardly concealed. In 1911, Italy accused the Ottomans of mistreating Italian nationals in Libya. Using protection of its citizens as a pretext, Italy issued an ultimatum demanding Libya's turnover. The Ottomans refused, and Italy declared war on September 29, 1911. Italian forces invaded Libya, capturing major coastal cities like Tripoli with ease. The Italian navy bombarded Ottoman fortifications and prevented Ottoman reinforcements from arriving. Italy seemed on cruise control, annexing Libya. But stiffer Ottoman resistance emerged in the Libyan interior. Led by Turkish officers and Libyan Senussi fighters, the Ottomans waged effective guerrilla warfare against Italian supply lines and outposts. Italy's forces found penetrating deeper into Libya more difficult. The war bogged down, though at least slowly expanded its control. Ottoman forces lacked the strength to decisively defeat the Italians. Both sides essentially fought to exhaustion. With the Balkan Wars heating up, the Ottomans sought to end the conflict and focus on threats closer to home. Negotiations finally produced a peace deal in October 1912. The Treaty of Auchi confirmed Italy's seizure of Libya. Ottoman North Africa was now Italy's to colonise. Italy believed it had won an empire on the cheap. But pacifying Libya would take far longer than Italy anticipated. For the Ottomans, the war highlighted their military and economic weakness. Defeated by a second-rate power like Italy, how could the empire hope to compete with Europe's heavy hitters? The Ottoman decline seemed irreversible. The Italo-Turkish War also strained Italy's relations with the other great powers. France and Britain were irritated by Italy's independent move into North Africa. Austria-Hungary watched warily, concerned about rising Italian power in the Mediterranean. This tension over colonies presaged the great power cracks that would shatter Europe in World War I. The Italo-Turkish War was both the product and harbinger of that broader tensions brewing across Europe. For the Libyans themselves, the war marked the transition from Ottoman overlords to Italian colonisers. Resistance to Italian rule persisted, but Italy managed to establish control over Libya as a colony. Italian rule brought inroads into modern infrastructure and education. But Italy also monopolised economic assets, provided privileges for Italian settlers, and used brutal violence to suppress Libyan resistance. Libya chafed under Italian colonialism for decades. Not until a unified Libya finally cast off the remnants of Italian control after World War II did it regain independence. But the legacy of foreign domination persisted even after formal colonialism ended. The Italo-Turkish War thus resonated far beyond just Italy and Libya. It highlighted the Ottoman decline that would soon eliminate it as an imperial power. It revealed Italy's colonial ambitions despite arriving late to the imperial game. And it marked an early crack in the alliance binding the great powers together, tensions that would ultimately explode in the carnage of World War I. The tremors from this localised colonial conflict presaged a global shake-up on the horizon. So for Italy, the war represented a successful grab of colonial territory at the expense of the faltering Ottomans. But for the Ottoman Empire and great powers of Europe, it was an ominous portent of the clashes to come. The Italo-Turkish War marked both the birth of Italy's empire and the beginning of the end for the Pax Europaea. Subscribe to our channel for more history gems.